Hello, my name is Devin, and I just want to talk to you about my bout with COVID in February of 2021. Um, in February of 2021, a family member came into COVID, was tested positive for COVID, and then my son tested positive for COVID, and I tested negative. And caring for my family member and caring for my son, I thought I was fine. I was doing everything like setting food outside of their doors, sending him upstairs, setting his food on the steps, washing my hands, washing dishes with a cap full of bleach. I was doing everything that I thought I was supposed to do, but I had this cough, and I thought it was just my allergies, and I was like, I just need to lay down. Typical things. I just need to lay down. I'm negative. I tested negative. I just need to lay down. But my cough became persistent, and my cough was so strong that I couldn't catch my breath or come up for air, and I didn't have an appetite. But I still had my sense of smell. I still had my sense of taste. I just wasn't hungry because I was coughing so much. My mother contacted the ambulance, and I was taken to the hospital. In the hospital ride to the ambulance, I was placed on oxygen. By the time I was taken up to the floor, the machines was breathing for 50% for me. As they said I had COVID pneumonia. COVID had clinged to the bottom of my lungs. There are two sides to the COVID floor at Norton Suburban, and one side is the ICU and one side is a regular COVID side. So I was on the regular COVID side for about 2 days, and every day they kept turning the machine up more. The machine was breathing at 70% for me. At that point, they was like, we have to take the machine up any higher. We're gonna have to move her to this COVID ICU unit. I was like, okay, God, why am I here? Maybe I'm here because this is it. This is the end. Because the enemy is always busy. The enemy is always getting your mind. An idle mind is the devil's playground. I got it in my mind like I was in the midst of searching for a house. I had already talked to God, and he had confirmed it that this year was going to be the year that I got a house. That's what I told myself, and that's the conversation I felt like me and God had. And in the hospital, I was like, maybe I'm not going to make it. Maybe God changed it. I'm not going to get a house. I'm not going to be able to purchase a house. This is where things are going to end at for me, because COVID is scary. Like, we didn't know what COVID was. We was in our first year of COVID, and there was not vaccinations going on yet for my age group. Got to the COVID ICU unit, and every day they were turning the oxygen up more. The machine was breathing at 90% for me, and they were saying, we're going to put you on a ventilator. And because I just did not know how to take it, I was joking. I was like, as long as you don't knock my teeth out. Don't knock my teeth out when you put the ventilator in. And they were like, we're not going to knock your teeth out. We're going to help you. We're going to help you breathe better. In the hospital, I was angry, and many people was like, I'm praying for you, but I wasn't praying for myself. I didn't want to talk to God. I was upset that these two family members and previous people could do their 10 days at home, and here I am in the hospital, staring down the barrel of a ventilator. But a good friend told me something, and affirmations are important in your life. She told me that I was not sick, I was healing, and I needed a moment to sit down to heal. So with that affirmation every day, I reminded myself that I'm not sick, I'm healing. My body was in the process of recalibrating and healing. And even though the machine was breathing for me, and things did not look good with my chronic illness, and I had already been there for a week and a half, God kept me. So the Sunday before I got out of the hospital, I got out on a Thursday, but that Sunday, the 20th, I coded. I coded in the hospital. I flatlined. They had to come in and do everything. And I remember that day I kept hearing code blue all day long, and in my mind, as I panicked while I was coding, I was like, this is it. But I love the but God, that was not it. That was just God taking me through that to get to this moment. COVID was hard on my body. I was discharged from the hospital at the last Thursday of the month. When I left the hospital on oxygen. I had to go to physical therapy for my lungs because I could not walk without getting winded. I couldn't do steps. So I was on oxygen for a month. And even after that, I had to go to physical therapy for my mind because I couldn't remember anything. I kept on getting what they call COVID fogginess of the brain. But God, I stand here today to be able to tell you this. And so I was discharged in February. I did oxygen in March. And then in April, I was released from physical therapy. And I still had an inhaler. But through all of that, from family members getting COVID in January, me being hospitalized with COVID in February, me being on oxygen in March, me ending physical therapy in April, the testimony of this is that in May, I was able to purchase my home. So what I thought God sent my way to count me out, God sent my way to set me up. And so on May 6th, I was able to get my second vaccination, the Pfizer vaccination, through our church, Bates Memorial Baptist Church. We had COVID vaccinations the first week of April, first or second week of April, and then I got my second shot the day after I closed on my house. So I closed on my house May 5th, and May 6th, I was fully vaccinated. And I stand here today to you in December to tell you that earlier this month, I got my booster shot. And as the Omicron variant runs rapid in our community, I want to encourage you, 1, to trust God in everything that you do. 2, to get vaccinated or get your booster shot. And 3, mask up. Thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. I'm praying for you. And I appreciate all the prayers that were sent my way for healing power and everybody who continues to pray for me. Be blessed.